Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Raul.
And it's Mike.
And we'd really like to welcome you back to the AO podcast, and this is episode 32. And not only that, but as you know, we're getting closer to the end of the year. This is actually, next month will actually be the 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
Yeah, crazy.
So, in honor of that, we decided that for this episode, since it's most likely going to be our last one for the year, we decided that we wanted to look back and talk about some fun memories that we had on the podcast. And so that's mainly going to be the whole episode. But before we get into that, as always, make sure you
comment,
subscribe, follow us. All the links for everything is down in the description, as always.
Listen to us on the Apples and the Spotify.
We are also on Apple and Spotify, and we have an Instagram, a Twitter, a Blue Sky, and a TikTok.
Yeah, and we've been popping more than usual over there.
Yeah, so that's really cool to see.
Really cool to see. Thank you.
But
to whoever's listening.
Without any further ado, and I'm sorry, there's that's the
garbage, dude. I was like, is there really the garbage? What time is it? 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Okay, it's the average time. I thought it was later. Yeah. I'm like, since winter's like dawning on us more and more, like, so the time is getting more skewed. So like 2 o'clock looks like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And like 10 p.m. feels like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate. I kind of hate like the lean back, like when we
lean back, like Fat Joe.
No, shut up. When we do
Fat Joe, by the way.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's moved back an hour, so then that way it fucking gets darker quicker.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's very confusing. I'm just like, oh, it's like 8, right? No, it's 5 p.m. Oh, 2 hours into work. Fuck, and it's just like, it's like very. Very
especially, and it's ironic it has to fall in fucking.
Dumb word.
What?
Nothing. You'll find it in the edit.
And then, but it's ironic that it fucking happens in December too, because like, that's when it gets colder, and so we're experiencing colder nights technically.
Yes, and like, but honestly, I'm always switching back and forth between like, oh my god, summer where it's like too hot at night, you can't even fucking sleep. But also like January, February coldness, which is like it's so cold, like I can't even sleep. Like it's just like weather guys. Oh, we smoked a lot earlier, by the way. That's why I'm a little.
And we're actually gonna smoke more now.
Yeah. And we're just gonna be here chilling. I think that's what the. You good?
Yeah, it's one of those fucking first one, dude.
Oh man,
I get used to it.
Yeah. We're using this crazy machine, and then, we're chilling. We're just going to talk about our favorite moments of, like, what we've done in the past year.
Just make sure you follow us. Links for everything is down in the description.
We're already on a good start.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know, I guess, do you want to start and talk about something like that, one of your favorite things, and then we'll get it rolling?
Even, like, how we start off in that first episode is, like, extremely fucking wild. First of all, porn went right off the bat, like with that one, because like that was the setup for.
Mind you, that was not something that we planned either.
Yeah, no, we were just trying to introduce ourselves, like getting the backstory to each other, and it's just like, well, a weird backstory, and it's just like, and then other stuff came in, and then like the second episode when we recorded that, I was like, okay, this is like. I have a feeling this is going to work for us. Like, we kind of, no offense, listeners, I kind of, like, don't give a fuck about you. I'm kind of, like, I'm chilling, having a conversation with my best friend. Like,
that's a funny-ass fucking way to put it. You're like, like, no disrespect, fuck y'all.
I'm just, like, I'm chilling or setting up.
No, but I get what you mean. Like, it's like, we don't really, like, of course, we appreciate the engagement of everybody that listens and watches us.
And people reply to our clips.
Yeah, and so, but it's also, like, it's one of those things, like Mike said, it's, like, it's just, like, two, best friends having conversations with each other.
Two
and it's
dicks on a mic. That's, wait, I don't like that for me.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, like, fucking dick ASMR. What the...
No, I'm just...
Also, you know what? That just reminded me of a little honorable mention moment that we had. Where you were like trying to. I think it was in the last episode. We were like, I was like, fucking, I forgot what the context was, but I think it was towards the end of the episode, and you were talking about how like, oh, like I was gonna say something wild, and I was like, what? And they're like, no, like you were like, I don't want to offend people, and then. Well, you actually fucking said what you said.
What I said?
You said, "Oh, like you know, it's like dicks. Like they're not separate; they're stitched together." And,
no.
I was like, wait. I was like, who are you? Who the fuck are you offending? Like the stitch dick community? Like
what I say was like it's. I forgot what I said.
You fucking dumbass! And I forgot when I was editing. I went back and you actually you're like, oh, and they do this. You fucking,
yeah.
You did that motion with your dude. I fucking lost it when I saw that. Because I forgot. Because I actually had forgotten that you did that.
I forgot I made the visual of it too. Oh my god, I'm glad you reminded me of that. And there's a lot of shit, I do for like when. More specifically, when Raul catches it in the edit, like there's been numerous times where like you text like during the thing you're like, okay, that went well, kind of, and then like you catch what I said in the edit and you're like, what the fuck did he say? I think one of the first ones, which is also one of my favorite moments of the podcast, is like when you were like, and then we ate this, and then the background I was like, yum.
Oh yeah, that was like towards the beginning.
That was the third episode, I think. Third or second episode. But that was really fucking funny. I'm just like, oh, I could like really like it's rewarding for both the listener and you, where it's like I'm putting things that like only the listener knows at first and they don't know. But also you catching it in the edit is like always like I'm gonna say this shit just to because I know he'll probably text it later.
Mike, so I've skimmed through a few of the episodes that we've done. And I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, I think when I said this last time on the podcast, you said that there was there was actually a funnier moment that you remember, but I legit don't remember one. So you would have to like kind of fill me in if there was one. But I still swear that when I said that, like, I still like stand that is the fucking hardest I've made you laugh on the podcast.
No, I think that's one of the ones that caught me the most off guard. You have to censor that. It's just like it was so negative, and I got a text.
I mean, I didn't censor the original.
Yeah, it's just like no, I think you did. Oh, you did censor it, yeah.
No, but I censored it for Instagram. Like in the actual thing, I kept it.
Oh, okay. I thought I watched that too. I might have like misinterpreted, but yeah, no, it's like fucking. It was wild because I got a couple people texting me. He's like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's wild that they fucking do.
It's like I'm like because they were there. Oh my god! I'm not gonna shout out his name, but shout out to him. Like
yeah, I'm glad he's actually alive and doing well.
I'm glad that's like. Like I'm glad he's not dead. Okay, that's the bar. Oh my god! And then even earlier, I went on. I'm not gonna say what the tangent is because it involved a lot of fucking even the things that disturb Raul. But like I was just like, there's tangents I go on that even catch me surprised, like off guard.
Yeah.
Like especially the one when we were doing the Halloween things. I was talking about The Shining. I was like, why is the bear blowing the dude?
Oh, yeah,
and then your reaction was like, what? Like what? I'm just like, bro. I think we have to watch that again. The Shining is like,
there was also
it's
like
so trippy. It's really fucking trippy.
You know what?
Movie.
Now that you brought that up, there are several of those moments that are now coming back to me where you're just like, you just fucking say shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are you like when you. Like when you had just so casually mentioned that you found out about what cuckolding was through fucking Hamilton, I was like, what? That's like the most random shit I've ever heard anybody say.
Well, yeah, it has like a say no to this. It has the scene where Alexander Hamilton, whose wife and her sister was like, take a break, and he's like, no, and then immediately after the next song, he's like, I wish I'd gone on a break, and then he cheats on his wife, and it becomes a whole scandal that he starts, But like in the song, it's like an LL Cool J type love song and bad boy song, you know. So it's just like it's like it's the most non-musical song in that whole show, which is why I recommend it to even normies, because that song is amazing. But also it has it has the husband of like the girl who Alexander goes to cheat with, you know, he's like, now I know you're fucking my wife. Like this, like I know you're fucking my wife, and we could keep this a secret because you're a political figure, you know. So like, you know, keep paying to fuck my wife, and sometimes I'll watch, you know. And that's in the song. Like I'm just like I'm like listening to this, and Hamilton's old as fuck. Like I feel like, you know, it's already like bordering 10 years old. Like it's that fucking old now, you know. It's like, but it's still. You know, so I was like fucking like in high school and shit, like senior year, late junior, early senior. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing about these? Like, first of all, a hip hop musical about slave owners, you know, is already a wild and goofy and dumb concept, but the aesthetic is really fucking nice. Like,
do they still do that play?
Yeah, no, it's still like it's probably going to be one of the longest running shows on Broadway.
God damn, that's fucking wild that they still do it.
Yeah, no, it's like even the creator of the show, Lin-Manuel Miranda, was like, I honestly I thought we were just gonna get history teachers, but like I guess this is popular now, you know. Now he's doing like Disney movies, and he's like fucking got millions and millions of dollars probably. I'm just like, you know what? Good for him, you know. But like, yeah, that's where I learned about cuckolding and shit, you know. So yeah, no, it's like, you know, I treasure that musical for a lot of things it taught me, you know, like cucking and.
But.
What a good transition, but.
But then so.
You're
what?
It's like you're trying to come up with like, how do I move on from this?
Well, because you're like fucking, you're a good transition role, but no, but then so, another one that I think really caught me off guard is when you were fucking like, we were talking about the Diddy situation.
Yeah, we talked about the beef, the whole beef too. I completely forgot.
Yeah, we're gonna mention that right now. But,
okay, but Diddy.
But
talking about the diddler.
We were talking about the diddler, and then you, it was one of those. Okay, so Mike has kind of become iconic for. I know exactly when to wrap up an episode.
Yeah,
because you will really say something that will just be so fucking out there
that like, Dick Stitch one was like an outro, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, after I hear that shit, I know it's time to just cut it off.
Yeah, and then it's just like it's time. We look at time; it's like an hour and a half. Okay, time's up.
But the one that it was in during the Diddy episode, and I forgot you. I think you had said something along the lines like, "Oh, like yeah, like Diddy's like a fucking Batman villain now," and
yeah, the diddler.
And then you were like, yeah, he's like just like Mr. Freeze, and then I had said something like, oh, like I would party with Mr. Freeze, and you're like, oh, and then you were like, oh, instead of freak offs, they'll be having freeze offs, and I was like, oh,
there's been a lot of those where I've said something wild and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, that he needs to calm down. I'm talking to myself about that. The Diddy one, oh my god. Some of the favorite ones, I think you gaslit me into thinking they're real. Like when I'm talking about like mayonnaise pussy, I'm like I said mayonnaise face, not mayonnaise pussy. Like let's like, and then there's another mayonnaise with another word, but I'm kind of like that's a word I've gotten like okay, you need to calm down on like that word. You know, I'm just like it's a mayonnaise.
And I can't believe I don't know if you said it on the podcast. Did you say it on the podcast?
I think we mentioned it on the podcast, but like even like I've gone to two people I really trust. You know, and they're like, you're like, it's borderline. It's like not there yet, but it's borderline, like right there. It's a very, very aggressive slur towards like the whiteys, the honkies, the crackers, the Powder Rangers. Which you found out that
Powder Rangers.
You found that
I had never fucking heard that one. That was like, where the fuck do you come up with this shit, dude? I've never fucking heard of Powder Rangers.
Which that one's uncomfortable saying, you know, because it's such a...
No, that one's funny as fuck. Like the other one, yeah, the mayonnaise, the other word, yeah, I can understand that one, but the fucking Powder Rangers is fucking great.
Yeah, I saw that one randomly. I'm like, okay, I have to like use this in like other contexts.
I promise we don't hate white people.
We don't hate white. Listen, I love white people. In fact, technically, we are white people. Look at our skin. Our God.
All right, don't go too far. We're not fucking white, dude. We don't have that much privilege.
You know, really. Look at our setup. Does this look like I was?
No, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's always certain instances where I know I have to cut Mike off because I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say.
I like how I feel like over time it's gotten worse, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like.
And you know what? I think it's crazy. Like speaking on the podcast and having done it for like over a year now, I think that's one of the things that I've noticed is that like I've noticed like how much because here's the thing, mind you guys, like I said, we've been friends for like more than a decade now.
Yeah.
So we've like talked to each other like this all the fucking time. Except now, obviously, since we're doing it to an audience, it's like much different, and we do have to watch what we say. To like a certain extent. Yeah. And so it's like it's crazy because I feel like.
Especially for like the YouTube stuff, Instagram stuff. It's not like
that's why I have to censor. That's why I have to censor a lot of stuff for like Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, it's not like we gotta try to appease you. No, it's just like that's just like
that's just the way the algorithm works.
Yeah, and it's like there's certain things that will get taken down if we say certain words, that we can't see in like other. Contexts or even like other art.
Like the fact that I don't think people. I've heard people say it, but. I've also heard people say that I guess apparently YouTube's still not cool with the Rona, the actual word.
Yeah, which is stupid. That was like that's a very important piece of fucking history. Yeah, not U.S. history, global entire history, and the fact that like there's systems that like even though they bring a lot of like. Opportunity and privilege, it's like there's still things I'm just like we can't talk about what's happening right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that's like like trying to like make it in this or even just doing it as a hobby is really rough because of the strikes and like what we can and can't do and like it's like that's why like me personally I've tried YouTube tons of times.
Goddamn.
That was like right there, but like I tried YouTube multiple times and I just spent like hours editing videos.
I've actually technically tried it. Well, counting this podcast, 3 times.
Yeah, no, it's like hard to like keep yourself motivated with something like this. You either had
because you know what's funny? I don't know if you remember this or I actually don't know if you remember this, but like even way before like I started doing the weed stuff on YouTube, the very first I think I maybe did like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. But the very first videos that I ever uploaded to YouTube were actually like clothing hauls.
Oh shit! When was that? That was like why? That's like way back.
This was probably in like 2017.
That was like damn. You know what's funny? Let's go way more backer. The first ever video I've uploaded to my YouTube channel was in early 2014, and it was a GTA 5 Xbox review.
Damn! I don't even think I remember that.
That's what's funny? Immediately, like 10 minutes after, you commented. Yeah, no, it's like from early like 2013 even like early 2014.
Yeah, like a decade ago.
Yeah, that was like, and I can't find that video anymore. And there's a lot of videos I deleted from it's not like I'm not proud of them. There's a lot of things I'm just like, I don't agree with that.
Wait, no, but like, so did you end up deleting it, or you just?
I did. I both deleted it and couldn't find it anymore. But then after that, I still tried. It was a good like 2-year span, or I was like creating videos actually of like reviews and like top 10 lists. Like I was like a really nerdy fucking dweeb about movies and stuff. Not like a film nerd, because I feel like you can really love films and also not be a fucking dork about it too, or a fucking dweeb. But like back in the day, like I was like reviewing things, like doing top 10 lists and trying to follow like this fucking like out like pipeline of like people who love movies and doing top 10 lists and top 5 lists, something like I was like, oh, like I watch a lot of movies, feel like I watch a lot of movies. I did not. I was barely scratching the surface. But like I was like, so I just did I did a lot of Disney related videos. Oh, like top 10 best Disney movies,
what?
And then top 10 worst
I think
Disney
I remember
movies.
those videos, but you did, wait.
I watched Chicken Little, man. It fucking sucks.
Do you remember at all what you said in the GTA review video?
No. I just remember sitting on a big chair, way too big for me, back when my room was not my room. It was a storage room basically. That's how long ago it was too. And it's like just me sitting on the couch, not knowing what the fuck I was talking about. It was like, and the storyline is like, and it's like I go on and talk about the story. I'm like, that's not what happens.
Yeah,
you got your characters confused. Take notes, nerd. And then there's like a lot of not only is just like things I'm like, oh, I don't. There's jokes I've obviously said there that I was like, oh, I'm delete. If you guys find them, I'm sorry, but like if they fucking pop out of nowhere, I apologize for the things I've said in those videos. I don't think they're that offensive, but they're kind of like, ugh. But like also like it's just like
it was years ago.
It was years ago, and it's just like, but like I put in a lot of work into a lot of those early videos and kind of just stopped as like time went on. Like 2018, I kind of stopped and tried to focus on like movie and theater things, and the only things that are on my YouTube channel right now are the short films that I did it back in the day at school, which are I'm not gonna lie, I recently rewatched them, like me and my partner were watching them, and it's just like I'm like, this is funny as hell. Like they're so weird and like stupid, but like really fun and like interesting.
I think the only one that I've seen is the one with the homie George.
Yeah, yeah, there's a couple of them, and like there's one where it's called Screen because it's like basically the plot's like an evil TV making like the main character, which is me, doing awful things to myself and other people, and the other people's George, and then George finds me in a bathtub with a hat on.
That's just the fucking name. The credit. I'm just picturing that in the credits you put other people and it's George.
And it's George and Louise, literally the only two that were able to help me and stuff. So it's just like those my weird short films that make barely any sense but are still very entertaining to me personally. Those are like the only things on my channel, not like the top 10 Disney lists. I tried to do like a musical month. I promised 5 videos. I only did 3. I did one of them was a Hamilton related video. It was part 1 of a top 15 list. I didn't release part 2.
And you know what?
Edit that out, please. They don't need to hear that. Can you make sure you edit that?
I mean, I can mute it. I'm not in it.
Oh yeah, okay. It'll sound like I'm like saying something really like bad, but like it's just.
I'm not gonna lie, you coughing with no sound is gonna look fucking funny.
I know, that, like they're tripping out and shit.
Yeah, but so you know what I also remember too, like taking it even way back, like when we were in high school. So I'm pretty sure most high schools do this, but they're like. Video department.
The video production department.
Yeah, we'll like put on videos to show like during assemblies and ralies and stuff.
Oh, I did used to do that.
And you used to appear in some of them.
Yeah, I did reviews of High School Musical, and
I still remember that one, dude. You had like long ass fucking hair and you were skinny.
I was really skinny. I was too skinny, honestly. It kind of scared me a bit. And then one of the outros is me like turning into a wolf using the mascot costume and like being like, oh, it'll be like school pride, and like the whole video was like a metaphor of trying to move on and shit, like after high school. And then people just kept going up to me. He's like, so you a furry?
I love how that was your message for the video, and
then people were like, "What the fuck was that about?" I'm like, "You." no, like, did you not get it?
Hey,
Like,
listen,
no.
We went to the high school that we went to, so.
Yeah, I know. They're like, no, I just thought you were like.
Like, no, fool. Like, you fuck animals?
That's not the furry. No, that's not the whole furries, dude.
Oh wait, I forgot. That's a whole nother fucking thing. Like, never mind. I just realized what I was talking about.
I know, like, no, they're just attracted to fake animals that look like humans. They're not.
I forgot that that's something else completely.
The furries are not zoophiles.
Oh
Maybe some of them are, but not
Jesus
all of them
Christ.
are. Not
Okay,
all
I know
furries.
what word I meant to say now.
Fuck animals.
I got those confused.
We gotta say that. I was like, oh, that
my
me so.
dude. I genuinely, I got them mixed up.
Oh man. Oh shit. Oh, good. You fuck animals, fool. Oh shit! Oh my god! You're a living proof of like what high school we went to. You know, and like there's a lot of dumb shit people said in high school, and people from high school still say it now. You go to like jobs and shit, they be like talking the same as they were like in the thing. Like overhearing like fucking conversations over the counters is actually even people who don't go to same high school as you or not, like people just talk the same throughout the entire lives sometimes, you know, and sometimes that makes for like very offensive conversations, but still like chaotic and like very memorable, you know. Just conversations like I overheard, I'm just like, man, that's fucked up. I'm like laughing on the way out, you know. Sometimes, you know, it's just like, you know, we are. What the fuck? Go on. I don't know what point I was trying to fucking make. You caught me so off guard with the fucking Vato fool accent and like, hey fool, you fucking fuck raccoons and shit.
Raccoons? Why out of all the fucking animals would you pick a raccoon?
I don't fucking know. People are attracted to like you seen Over the Hedge.
Okay, fuck it. Okay, so
like the raccoon played by Bruce Willis. Oh,
okay. So another one.
People want to fuck that fucking raccoon.
Shut up. Another one of my favorite moments that we've had on the pod. Well, actually, you know what? I think this is one of my favorite stories that I've told on the podcast. And it was actually, if you go back, it was the episode where I talk about going back to visit Mexico after like almost or about 8 years of me not being able to go.
Yeah.
And so I talked about just a quick summary of the story. I talked about how we went in December of last year. So technically at this time, last year I was in Mexico.
Yeah.
And the time we had gone, it was actually around my brother's birthday. Mm-hmm. And so we celebrated his birthday over there. And in the little town that my mom's side of the family lives in, they have like a little kind of town or dance hall like building that's in the middle of the town. Mm-hmm. And it could be like rented out for parties and stuff. And so since it was we were going to celebrate my brother's birthday, they rented out. Then we had the party there and everybody got fucked up and they didn't leave until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, they left cake there.
So they left they were so fucked up that they left the cake. And then the thing is like, there's 2 big ass doors like in the front that are left open like when the party's going on, and then obviously when it's done they close it up. And so they closed it up, and then the next day, obviously since it's a rented space, the people who throw the party, they have to clean up afterwards.
Yeah.
So afterwards, I think a few of my cousins and we headed over there to like clean. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they opened the fucking doors to the thing, all they see is a fucking dog with like cake all over its fucking face, like just run out of the fucking thing. So it turns out that they were so fucked up the night before that when they locked up, they had actually left like a stray dog in there. Yeah. And so he stayed in there overnight. He ate the fucking cake, but not only that, he shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, because like that's also the joke. a lot of people really like from me that you didn't expect either. Well, it was like you got fucking like imagine dogs eating the tres leches cake and it's fucking howling out their
Oh
ass
yeah,
and shit.
that's so. Oh yeah, that's where howling.
Yeah, howling out my ass, dude. Because like if you ever eat tres leches fucking cake, that shit is fucking super milky, and when you eat like a lot of it, you start like spewing out your dung hole, you know. So it's just, so it's just like you feel like the Dave Chappelle like slow motion skit where like he takes a shit in slow motion, and like have you ever seen it where like the toilet explodes and the shit water and the shit starts flying out and he starts flipping over and shit. I remember when I first saw that was like that's the funniest thing I've ever seen, and like it describes like kind of like every shit experience I've ever had, you know. So it's just like even last night after Cheesecake Factory, like there was like twice where I just like fucking release like the dog, like looking like the fucking party and the stray dog and shit.
Yeah, but no, that was probably one of the one of my favorite story that I've told.
Yeah.
Now.
I mean, yeah, the stories like that, and then like there's big huge event like 2024. 2024 was like a big huge event.
Before we get into that, I wanted to mention, this is also that same episode is when you fucking said probably what I thought was one of the funniest things. So in like there is real quick. I'm not gonna go through the whole story, but there was another part in that episode where I talked about I remember back in the day there was a store that had like a bunch of arcade games inside, and I remember one time we were having a party. The local kids that didn't want to go hung out at the store, and I was playing this fighting game. And I had like a crowd of kids around me watching me play, and I had made it all the way to the final boss.
Yeah. And
I ended up losing, and so I was talking about how like it sucks, like it not only sucks losing into like in a video game, but it sucks even more when you lose like to an audience.
Yeah.
And that's when you fucking ask. You're like, oh, like did any of the kids like make fun of you or say anything?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah. They were just like, oh, fuck. Like, no, they were like, no, mine this way. And then you're like, no, pinche Zangief. And the way you fucking said Zangief in like a Mexican accent was just so unnecessarily funny.
Oh my god, because motherfuckers be like, you know, that's just like how like it's just that accent and like being around it a lot and like, you know, just like certain, you know, just like, you know, local funny.
Not only that, it was the wrong fucking video game.
Yeah. What? Wait.
No, because it wasn't Street Fighter, food.
Oh, what was it?
It was called King of Fighters.
Oh, it was.
So not only did you say that, but it was the wrong fucking reference.
That's fucking funny. Like, the kids could know what King of Fighters and Street Fighter is. Like, did you know?
Well, I mean, not back then. I know now.
See? We're fine. The joke still applies. So now. Yeah, because, like, that story is really funny. I think the story I love telling a lot is, like, when I went into the wrong car while you and Eric
that one was
picked me up to
great.
See It, chapter 1.
We witnessed the whole thing.
I know, y'all had like a third person point of view of like my fucking life. Like, I bet that like really like kind of like, what the fuck is he?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Because I was like, I can't believe I actually just got to witness this like firsthand.
Bro, the car was I'm not gonna lie, I was like low key shitting.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it would have been fucking funny if like the car alarm went off.
Oh my god, I was in there, I was like, Eric.
Wait, did you like not even look towards the driver's seat when you like went in?
No, I went in, I sat down, I was like, okay, let's go, and then I was like, and I look back and I see oh, that shit. Oh, like I look, but
wait,
at the moment,
was that again? Like what year was it?
It was 2017. It was 17 when we saw It Chapter 1.
Yeah.
That was long ago, but that shit was hilarious because it's just like I got there because I was like, oh, Eric's here. I'm just go in, just let's go, you know. And then I like look around, I'm like, okay, no one's here, and I look back, oh shit, they're over there. I'm like, how'd I get in here? like a David Lynch movie.
No, but it was. I remember that because it was. I told a similar story where. Yeah. At the time, I was going to a cousin's house for a party, and that cousin like just lived a few blocks down from me. Yeah. So I had asked my sister to drop me off, and so she dropped me off, and I remember when I started walking up to the house, I should have sensed that something was wrong because it was like dead quiet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you walked into the wrong house.
Yeah, so I walk in and I just I'm like, hey, like fucking expecting to see all my fucking cousins, and it's just it's like just a couple sitting on their couch.
I know. It was like, hey, like they from their point of view, you're probably like a serial killer ready to like fucking murder them cold blooded. Like you walk in like,
dude,
hey.
I'm glad that shit didn't happen in like the South or in fucking Texas. Yeah, I would have gotten shot.
You probably would have gotten shot here. Like the fact that they were so calm about it is.
Well, to be fair, I think they were like white people or like white.
If they were white, they would shot you.
Not the redneck type of white, like the like, oh my god, like let me help you find your way home type of white.
To a grown ass man. Like you walk in, you're like,
the friendly ones are.
The other ones.
Like the Erewhon drinking white people. Actually, no, some of them are Karens.
Yeah. I was like, the Erewhon, I was like, he's like, what slur is that?
Wait, what?
Like, I thought you were about to say like another white people slur.
Oh, no, wait, Erewhon is a fucking place, dude.
Okay, alright. I was like...
You don't know what Erewhon is?
No.
It's like a bougie ass like smoothie shop, like the fucking because they do like all organic and all natural stuff. So the fucking their smoothies literally cost like $40.
Oh wow! Okay. I was like, what are they called? Oh, what are these white people called? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that caught me a little bit off guard. I didn't know what Erewhon.
White slur.
I don't know. I was like, how is that like a good one?
Do you know what's another dumbass thing that you said now that you reminded me of slurs? That's a wild transition. But
what'd I say? I think I know where
and the thing that I hate is I don't remember what fucking episode this happened on.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the content. But we were talking about something, and then I think we were like mentioning something that we do like after the podcast.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's what we do after the podcast. We just exchange slurs. And I was like, why the fuck are you putting me into this shit? I didn't agree to this statement.
It was like, this statement does not have my final approval over how much slurs, but we do that actually. No, we being dead ass, especially if they're like crack-a-honky,
Well, that's you. That's like your department.
Yeah, I mean, you say it sometimes too.
Yeah, but like sparsely. You're openly with the shit.
Yeah, because it's funny. They're fucking colonizers. We need to use them as much as we did, because we realize how like when you grow up, you realize how everything is like connected, like wars and like stores, like major company CEOs. Like I'm getting to a point here because this year, because we started this podcast February, so we got to watch we got front row seats of this roller coaster that was 2024.
Yeah, this was a fucking
crazy year. In all departments, from the entertainment aspect to the real world type shit. We got a fucking felon as a president.
Again?
When felons can't even vote for the president, they're gonna fucking... For the what?
President?
For the presents? They can't vote for the presents. They can't vote for
presents, goddammit. Give them a fucking Christmas.
Give them a fucking Christmas now, goddammit. They need their presents from the felon president. Yeah, no, but like seeing that firsthand, like the debates and Joe Biden fucking being too old to function.
Oh, the fact that we saw another president resign is fucking wild.
Like, and this is the oldest motherfucker on the planet.
Wait, like since it was Nixon, right?
Yeah, Nixon. I like how we got that wrong.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes.
Yourself like 30 fucking minutes later.
Yeah, that's just like, that got it. And then when the election happened, we was like, okay, how can we talk about revival?
That was your and I fucking hate so much that it worked out. It worked like the timing was perfect.
I was like, I have it. People focus on the fact that, oh shit, he's gonna like make everything even more expensive because the things people are voting for him for, he's just not gonna do. Like the terrorist shit. He's like, yeah, the Americans are still gonna pay more money and shit like that. Sorry about that. And it's like, and not only that. Did you see recently his clip where he's like, I want to just make sure everybody knows that Elon Musk is not going to be president. Why? Because he is from another country. Did you see that clip?
No.
Because, like, first of all, Elon Musk is definitely, like fucking, like, pulling strings behind the things, even though he's clearly not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? So it's just, like, even people he's allied with are, like, very concerned of being, like, don't share information with him. And it's just, like...
Wait, you know what? Wait, is that shit, like, now that I think about it, is it, like... I forgot what fucking department Trump wanted to appoint him to, but, like, can he actually, like... Is, like... I guess what I'm asking is, like, is Elon Musk, like, even qualified to do that shit?
He's not even qualified to run Twitter!
No, but I mean, in the sense of, like, can he even be hired?
I mean, America is, like, very known to break its very own laws.
Because that's kind of wild to me, like, because unless it has, like, some shit to do with, like, because, like, even, like, okay, because even business, like, he still sucks ass, but...
Yeah.
But, like, I don't see him, like, being able to be in charge of, like, a department that he is not an expert in. Like, I don't know how that works. Well, I mean, to be fair, Trump is the president. But...
Yeah, and like Trump with no political background was able to become president.
So I guess it is possible.
Yeah, because, like, this is the land of opportunity, mijo. It's just like...
Shut up. You're fucking... You're not my fucking... No. You're not my mom, bitch. Don't fucking call me.
He's like, I am your mother, like Hereditary.
Oh, yeah, that was a fucking great scene.
Yeah, it was fucking. You still talk about. You still don't have an opinion on the movie, but like you love that scene.
No, that's Midsommar, fool. I liked Hereditary.
Oh, yeah, Midsommar is the one that always makes you.
Yeah, like I don't like every time I watch it, I'm like, what the fuck.
But like, it's like if that's the thing too. Like, this scene we also watched like very interesting movies.
Well, you know what? Since like we don't really, cause like I think me and you both like talked about how like we haven't really watched as many movies this year.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
And so I was gonna say, what would you say would be your overall favorite movie that you watched this year?
If we're talking about movies you talked about on the podcast, it's definitely
just like in general.
Just in general. Well, recently actually, like I haven't seen a lot of this. I haven't seen Dune 2. I haven't seen Challengers. I haven't seen a lot of like what's been coming out, mostly because I've been broke most of the year. And it's like but the movie I did see very recently is like one of my favorites so far this decade. The movie is called Queer, and it has a Daniel Craig playing like a homosexual man, basically going on like an Odysseus adventure with like a young lad who he really wants to be with. And it's just like it's from the director of Challengers, and Challengers came out this year, so that director came out with 2 movies in 1 year. Insane. But it's like, at first you think, oh, it's gonna be another like sad gay romance movie, about like an older man and a man in his 30s. It's just like, it's gonna be like very sad. He's very good at this sad gay shit, and then you watch it, you're like, wait, what the fuck is this? Like, there's a scene, there's like a spoiler scene, but it's an indie movie that no one's gonna fucking watch, so it's just like, I'm gonna just say it. And it's like, there's a scene that involves ayahuasca. First of all, I thought of Drake immediately. And it's one of the most gorgeous, abstract, weird scenes I've ever seen. But like, another tiny spoiler, when they start getting the high, they're always on drugs. They're always on opium. Like the main character Daniel Craig, who's amazing, he's on opium, heroin, coke, like smoking weed, cigarettes. Like he's fucking like going in on every drug, you know. So he's like, and then it goes from Mexico to South America, I think Ecuador, and then they start the ayahuasca. I'm leaving a lot of shit out because it's a fucking crazy fucking journey of a movie. But the start of it is like them vomiting out a giant testicle.
The fuck on some fucking the substance.
I know, literally, you know, and it's just like, oh my god, it's like Drake needs this. I was
okay,
like,
well, you know what?
But that's like my favorite movie of the year. So it's like a crazy, wild, fucking artsy journey that I fucking adored. I thought it was executed so beautifully. A lot of people are not fans of that movie, but for me, what I really enjoy out of cinema itself, that really like brought like for me like the best qualities of what a movie could do. Because for me, like honestly, I don't give a fuck about story or even narrative in a movie. Take me on a journey. Take me through, you know, break some rules a bit. You know, don't try to be like theater. Don't try to be like a fucking novel. Just full visual expression with a good structure, a solid like odyssey, basically. You know, so that's for what I want in cinema. Queer, is my go-to. I'm definitely gonna try to watch it again if I can. But yeah.
No, but I think well, I'm gonna give two because one is just like my own personal favorite.
Yes, we also I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
Yeah, and so like that's why I'm saying like it's my personal favorite because I know if I would say it's like my favorite, you were probably gonna freak out.
Yeah.
But so I
wouldn't be surprised.
My personal favorite movie of the year was of course Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Just because I really liked it, even though here's the thing, it was a movie that I enjoyed watching, even though the theater experience wasn't the fucking best.
Oh my god, that's what makes it great.
No, fuck you. I was like trying to fucking fucking hunch all the way to the top of the fucking seat.
I was taking Pilates during that time, so like I was able to adapt. But like I know you don't do no Pilates. You did yoga for a bit, and I think that was when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, so I literally only did for like 3 classes.
Oh, that's hilarious. He was like, "Oh, we gotta get fit again." God's like, "No." Yeah, but like so you were struggling.
Yeah, but Terrifier 3 was like just my personal favorite, just because I'm beginning to love this franchise, and I can't wait to see it. Like,
and it succeeded.
Yeah, and that's honestly great.
Crazy box office,
like,
you know. Crazy
for a movie,
box office.
And especially for the type of movie that it is, for it to do that well is really fucking impressive.
It like beat Joker the first week.
So I can't wait to see what he does with the next installment.
Yeah.
But that would be my personal choice. But as far as like overall experience and what I think was an actually really good movie, I think I'm gonna go with The Substance.
Yeah, I think the experience helped.
Like, also to add it, like the theater experience. If you guys listen to our review of it,
which you should,
we mentioned our theater experience with it, and that like really enhanced our first time watching the movie.
Yeah.
And so on it, and also because of that, and also it's also a really great movie, and I really like the message behind it.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that The Substance is my favorite.
That's my second favorite movie of the year. Yeah. It was my favorite until I saw Queer. So
yeah.
Yeah, and that we saw with another boy. We got really high because we went to get weed, and then we immediately went to see The Substance. So we're like passing around 2 joints and shit with me, you, and my other friend.
Oh yeah. We got high before that.
Yeah, so that was like from the fucking first when you looked like this, like the second or third scene of the movie is like when the main CEO guy goes up to take a piss, but the camera's always
eyes like all up in his fucking eyeball.
Yeah, the camera and shit.
No, but you know what scene is when I knew I looked at you because I like, dude, what the fuck? It was that fucking lunch scene with the fucking shrimp and like all the fucking close-ups and all the fucking sounds
and the cuts and shit, you know.
Dude,
I was holding myself because I was laughing so much, and both at the movie and like where I was like looking there and looking back.
You know what? Because I think I think by that time in the movie, even though it was like still towards the beginning, I was kind of like, after I saw that fucking scene, I was like, all right, you know what? I think I'm kind of starting to get a grasp for what type of movie this is gonna be.
Like, I knew it was because like it premiered at film festivals earlier on in the year, and like as some of those movies do to try to get like a better chance of distribution, and like even just like more claim of like name. And like, so I heard it was like a very gross body horror experience, but not seeing no trailer at all. I was like, nah. I was like, I don't know. I was like, we need to like. I was like, I need to see this blind, and I even told because we were going to record the podcast that day.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, listen, can we do it tomorrow? Because like this movie, I think we really gotta see that. I heard it's like, I just know it's gross, and it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And you're like, fucking Mike. And then and then we went to see it, and it was fun. It was such a great experience in the theater.
Yeah, that was a fucking fun ass movie.
Shout out to that director and like the actors. They really brought it all to that movie. I'm glad it's getting the attention it's been getting, So yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to Substance. Even Terrifier 3, Long Neck Boy. It's just like you're a fucking dickhead sometimes.
Why?
You were like, oh, I love this movie. Shout out to the actors. Shout out to the director. A Long Neck Boy.
Hey, listen, to be fair, it's not like I'm the only one that said that. Like because listen, I've seen a lot of people react to Terrifier 2 on YouTube. And it's something that's mentioned, so I'm not saying I'm like exempt from being a dick about it, but I'm just saying I'm not the only one that's pointing it out.
All right, we'll go. It just caught me so off guard. How much you were like, just roasted that neck,
Roasted that neck is wild.
Speaking of wild, I think we can't end this without mentioning
probably
amazing, one of those craziest years of hip hop ever.
This was by far the craziest thing we've ever experienced in hip hop in our lifetime.
Yeah.
So
for definitely not only with the quality of the music and the albums, or even the unquality of some of these albums, but it has just been unmatched by artists that we rarely get to see sometimes. So it's just like, and just like the amount of albums we were able to get was like of high quality is fucking amazing. But also with the ever growing, and now it gets crazier. Honestly.
Yeah, like
it's still going.
It's literally I was gonna say it's something that's still unfolding.
It's still something that's like, it's crazy, and it's keep going because like the next 2 years is gonna be Kendrick's gonna just slide, on everything, and it's just like. Even have you heard the new SZA Kendrick?
Yeah, I have.
That shit is fucking when the samples.
Wait, like the whole album or just that song?
Just the song.
Yeah.
No, that shit is fucking dope, and the fact that they sampled that throw some D's by I think Rich Boy. That song is fucking. Oh, I love it. Y'all need to listen to that song too. It's like those two songs are great.
But so let's take it back. So
yes,
we first started off talking about when Like That dropped.
Yes, which was crazy.
And so we remember thinking to ourselves, like, oh shit, like,
let's see who's going to fight.
This is him calling out the big three, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and that's when we finally got the camera that you've been hiding.
Yeah.
For like 15 episodes.
So we got quality.
I know. Yeah, and looking back, we looking back at those like first few episodes, it's like, wow, it looks like it was so shiny. The audio's out of sync because like the iPhone footage is a different like bit or like frame per second thing. I'm not a tech guy. Than the audio, so sometimes like it wasn't synced like correct. Not your fault. It's just like the video of like what we had.
Yeah.
But then you found out you had other things. It just like that apparently I knew about too.
Yeah, because you fucking used it.
I know I'm trying to blame you and shit, but I did. I knew about it too. That shit was hilarious.
So then, but this is when but then we got Push Ups by Drake.
Yeah.
And we remember, I think we talked about it, we were like, all right, like, he's kind of just throwing, like, really light jabs at Kendrick.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, well, like, is Kendrick going to respond? Because I think there was a 2-week span in between that and Euphoria.
Like 15 to 17 days. It was, I'm not going to front it. Even as a Kendrick fan, I'm like, oh, where are the songs, Kendrick? And then immediately the next morning, he drops Euphoria. But between that is Tailor Made.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking AI'd. It was the edibles. It was the edibles, Kendrick.
Yeah, but then, so then we finally got Euphoria.
Yeah.
I think
it's still a banger.
Me and you were obviously hyped.
Still a banger.
And then, but this is probably the most, like,
it's the
by far the most, like, earth-shattering moment in this whole beef was when
one of the wildest things in hip hop ever, honestly, when it comes to the music.
Family Matters, and not even like an hour later,
Song of the Year for some people.
Kendrick fucking drops Meet the Grams, and this was like when I tell you that this was a fucking like a stoppage in time.
That was
I literally mean it, because here's the thing: you had people that usually don't even talk about hip-hop, like, talking about this shit.
Yeah, and not only that, the people who do talk about hip-hop are in scrambles because he released 616 that day, so reactions are coming in. Drake released Family Matters, and then immediately after, as people are done recording or uploading the fucking reaction, fucking Meet the Grams comes in and it shatters, basically, Twitter. It shatters everything.
Oh, yeah, I fucking remember that, like, literally for those 2 or 3 days, after it dropped, literally that was all that was on my fucking timeline.
And I think it maybe even broke Twitter for a bit. Like, it was like that fucking like earth shattered because Drake just dropped something, and we expected Kendrick to drop. And after I was like, okay, listening to this, it was like, ugh, like, and I thought the song is still cool. Like the beat, it's aged like fucking milk, and it's like, I don't need Drake using his fucking wee to as a counter to be like, look, there's video proof of my cock, I'm just like, I don't need to, what the fuck are we talking about here? And like, why is ASAP involved? Can you not talk about Kendrick for 7 minutes? Fucking idiot. Dumbass. But like, anyways, cool song though. Cool Song of the Year for some people, like I said. But whatever. But like, but anyways, Meet the Grams drops, and I was out doing theater shit. So when I came back, I listened to both Family Matters and I even texted you. I was like, you were talking about Family Matters, and I was looking on YouTube. I was like, it was like Kendrick responded, and you're like, ain't no way. And then I sent you. I sent you Meet the Grams, and you were like, hold up.
No, but you know what's funny? I was literally like, I had made it to the last verse in Family Matters.
Yeah.
When you fucking sent me that, and I immediately stopped listening to the Drake thing to fucking go and listen to that.
Oh man, no, because it's a cool song though. Beats are actually pretty crazy in that song. Anyways.
God damn, fuck. You swallowed the wrong way or something?
Yeah. I swallowed all the wrong way.
But, so then, but then I remember that literally after, because you couldn't hear it right away because you were doing something.
Yeah, no.
And so heard it, I think, like on the drive home.
I heard it when I got home because you only texted me like, bro, this man really hates Drake.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of like it's gonna be more Euphoria shit, like he's gonna come in energetic, flipping bars, double entendres and shit. When I got home, first of all, I got high immediately too. Before we got home, I was like, let's watch this shit because I thought it was gonna be like some fun shit. And then I'm hearing Meet the Grams. I'm like fucking god, like fucking crazy shit. I was like paranoid as fuck. I felt like Kendrick was in my walls. I couldn't imagine Drake just like, and like Drake thinks about it. We know Drake thinks about it. Academics, like, shut up. Eat like popcorn or what the fuck you eat. What was he eat? DoorDash? Like he eats the whole carbs.
God damn. And you want to talk about me being fucking mean?
He has a weird case. Do you not know about that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, there you go. It's fine. Especially with people with cases, I'm not going to shout. Fuck him. The fuck am I doing, And it's like, this whole shit really, first of all, You know, people shout on J. Cole's apology. You know, sure he could have done it like a different way, but also he shouldn't have released Mind Delete later.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking mid album. I don't know why. It's pretty fucking mid, but like you know, there was at least J. Cole apologized, and even though he got shit for it, he just needs to come back with really good freaking music.
Yeah.
And I think what he's doing now is pretty cool too. Of releasing his
I actually had to listen to that.
His early mixtapes.
That 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That I actually like that album.
You have to those like Friday Night Lights is the only one I've listened to, and that's a fucking amazing album. Like those early mixtapes are like why people love J. Cole as much as they did, you know.
Yeah, I think you know what, I want to re-listen to that because I think he just released the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Of that album that I just said, the 2014.
I think he did like a live stadium version.
And the thing too is that I think he released like a shit ton of new tracks for it too.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely something I want. And he's been releasing like Kendrick.
Although that Port Antonio track was like it was good, but I
really
his whole stance.
Yeah, like
I could have gone without that.
The lyricism and like the execution of it technically and sonically is really good, but the words themselves like are very iffy, you know. But like I think J. Cole's doing a really good job at trying to remind people why people love him in the first place. He's very much, you know. And then it's just like, oh man.
And then Meet the Brands happens and the fucking world just stops.
And then Not Like Us.
And then the next fucking morning,
I was at work, and then it's just like, bro,
and I'm the one that texts you for that.
Yeah. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, he dropped again. Like I can't like those reactors were like working hard, and this is like the first time like reactors and like famous people have like collab before, obviously, and like we tweet and know each other, but I haven't seen like an easy kind of sad easy like bridge between like the YouTube Twitter space and like the Hollywood pop music space, like have such like an interconnection with it. Like even as recently as 50 Cent posting the fucking op list, and I see SZA and Sean C right next to each other. First of all, fake stupid list from Twitter. I don't know why 50 Cent has that just in his back pocket for that fucking interview. Like he's such a weirdo. Like he's a fucking no. Oh. Okay, I will stop there. Okay. Anyways, yeah, no, shit's still crazy. Not Like Us, and then he drops The Hard Part 6, which is an embarrassment of a fucking track.
Yeah, that was...
And an actual embarrassment to the point he had to delete it off. Delete it off fucking on Instagram.
And then after that, we get the Not Like Us music video.
Yeah, the pop-out. The Pop-Out came out this year, which I forgot about. And then, like, let's look, and then it keeps going. He gets announced for the Super Bowl, and Lil Wayne's mad, but not really mad anymore, but he looks like he's still mad. But, like,
I think Drake sues.
Drake suing, like, what, it, like, we're like, yeah, no, easy, you know. I'm not gonna, like, say anything, because I don't think I could speak on shit. But, like, man, that's, like, fucking crazy shit. But like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like still stuck on like where the fuck we're gonna go with that 50 Cent thing.
Yeah, it's huh?
You essentially like I don't know. It felt like you were gonna say something crazy.
I was gonna say something like a Diddy joke related to 50 Cent, but I'm like I shouldn't go there, you know. But I'm just gonna say the content of the joke, not the final execution of it. I'm like you know I shouldn't compare those two, even though 50 Cent got a lot of fuck.
Yeah, yeah, just stop. I don't know where you're going with it, but I don't think it's good.
No, it's not. I'm like, fuck me. I'm like, let's move on. Anyways, just crazy shit. Super Bowl, and then GNX drops.
Yeah.
Which amazing album, amazing fucking hip hop album. That like this strips it to like the basics of hip hop. Honestly, like it feels like it's just like a throwback album to me. And Reincarnated is one of the best songs of the year.
Oh yeah,
I love that song so much. Like Reincarnated is one of my fucking jams, you know. And like not to mention the other hip hop too. With the Pop-Out, we got introduced to a lot of new West Coast artists. I got introduced to Blue Bucks Clan, which if I want to feel like ignorant as fuck and just want to like do.
I think one of my favorite finds
dumb shit. I listen to that.
Like West Coast artist. Is probably RJ Mr. LA. He's really fucking dope.
Oh, what's that one rapper that like that's like sounds very demonic, but like the way he's executed, like it's very casual. Fuck, I forgot his name. Like Rumble, right?
Yeah, Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble.
Rumble. Okay, yeah. That like
he's also really fucking dope.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking dope.
Like Mike said, he'll say like the most evil shit, but like in the most casual, calm manner.
I know, like it was really fucking funny, you know. So like, and then we saw a lot of comebacks from a lot of like hip hop icons, from Schoolboy Q, Lupe Fiasco, fucking stupid Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre album.
That's fucking crazy how much that shit hits.
Yeah.
You know, LL Cool J album that came out produced by Q-Tip, which is also really good. Even Eminem's Death of Slim Shady, you know, we were wondering what the fuck. Well, most people were. I kind of wasn't. What the fuck he was gonna do with this, you know? And you know, there's some songs on that album that like are still replayed on my shit. It's two songs, but those two songs like really like fucking impressed the shit out of me. And honestly,
I'm surprised you don't like Antichrist more.
Oh man, I don't need Bizarre.
I thought you would like that shit.
I don't need that though. I mean, I think Bizarre's funny, but not because he's good. But like, you know.
No, but that's exactly why I think you would like it.
Oh man, but like, I don't want to hear. Imagine turning on the car. He's like a fucking let me suck that toe. I'm just like, I'm not gonna hear this.
You listen to fucking Relapse.
Yeah, but that's Eminem saying shit. It's different from fucking Bizarre saying shit. Imagine hearing. Have you heard a whole Bizarre album?
I've heard a song.
What song was that?
Rockstar.
Oh god.
Actually, no, I lied. I've heard two.
What's the other one?
I think it's called I Wish I Was High.
Yeah, exactly. But Relapse is still, you know, first we're going to do another review of Relapse. We did not do justice to the album because Raul was like, and shit like that. And then it's just like, we will do a full track-by-track review of Relapse next year. But, you know, we talked about Eminem a lot, though.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny. Like, because it shows, like, you know, he made like a big impact on us on their music.
Yeah, we're still fans.
We're still fans, but we're not like y'all eating fucking his turds, slurping out his fucking hole. You know, it's just like, you know, we're not like you. You know, you're not like up on his asshole, fucking
slurping out his hole. God.
Like fucking.
That is not a visual I needed.
Like a fucking oyster, y'all stands would be like, you know, and shit like that. Like,
why do you make it worse?
Finger licking good and shit. These fucking stands, you know, fuck him, fuck y'all. You know, it's just like, cause
I hate your fucking descriptions.
Why? That's what they do.
I don't need to fucking hear it. Fucking all licking your fingers in the fucking microphone. I'm gonna have to hear that later.
Oh my god! I was just talking to you. I'm like, man, how kind of unappealing this podcast sometimes sounds. Mostly because of me. Like like I know you're like, okay, let's focus on the album more. Let's not try to say this. And then like that Revival review, you were going in.
Oh yeah, well, because I didn't want to fucking review it.
You were just like let it loose.
I was literally now that I'm like looking back on it, I'm like literally like, okay, go to the next song.
Yeah, you fucking. I was like, you agreed on this. Well, he sadly agreed on it. You know, but the fact you haven't heard it in a while and you listen to it again is really funny though. Yeah, but like crazy year from politics to music to even just talking about our lives and going.
Yeah, like so many, like just even like stuff that's happening in our lives, like so much stuff has like changed and happened.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna front. This year was fucking for me in my life. This is fucking awful. Like my fucking year was terrible, full of uncertainty and stressfulness and even grief. But like doing this podcast whenever we can has really like helped me just try to keep moving forward. And then there was like a middle point of it when all that shit was happening where I was like, oh, I don't want to like go. And like this sounds like so stupid in hindsight. Imagine someone saying, oh, I don't want to go and fucking get high with my best friend and record a podcast. That's stupid. That's dumb. But like doing this is actually like very helpful to me. And getting back into like physicality, both physical shape, well, not really shape, but like
Yeah,
just
that
like
doubles order.
yeah, that doubles order was not just ruined all the work I did the past semester. But like even like just doing more dance and like getting back into literature, you know, in like in a big way because it was part of school and that made things less even more stressful. And then coming to do this podcast, you know, it's like very I felt like it's just rediscovering my roots and my basicness. As I said at the beginning of the podcast, you know, doing YouTube, I didn't make or edit videos or even like make art for like several like YouTube videos several years, and I haven't really made art that I really enjoyed in the last couple. So even just doing this is really fulfilling for me at the moment, and like the fact of doing it with my best friend of like nearly 15 years now is like fun and refreshing, and like is able to both be my escape and my therapy, you know. So I just want to say that because I just want to say something. Like I know I say a bunch of wild shit, but I feel like people like when they hear me just be genuine and shit. I just I feel like people like are more open. You know, people relate to that more. You know, and I'm sorry I'm not more relatable over the pod and talk about stitch dicks and shit, but like it's just like this is what the podcast is about. Just a couple of dudes talking about dicks, you know. As a little, and what more can that be, you know?
You and fucking dicks, dude.
It's funny as dicks. Like I've been saying that now too. I got chill on
like
dicks.
Stitch dicks, fucking mics on dicks. Like
this dick's a funny word. Like imagine I can't imagine someone like Richard. Fine, whatever. But like imagine someone's name is like fucking Dick, you know. But like on your birth certificate it's like Dick Johnson or something, you know. It's like,
fucking Dick Johnson, shut the fuck up. Fucking porn star ass name.
Harry Dick Johnson.
Okay, look, I think that should be the cue for this episode. Yeah. But before we get out of here, I also did want to say that, like, as far as like me reflecting on the podcast, I remember I've had this idea for a while. I think like maybe a little bit over a year, maybe 2 years.
And it took a while to like as soon as we agreed, okay, we could do a podcast. Like we agreed on that like November 2023.
Yeah,
and we didn't really start until like early.
Yeah, like, and well, because the thing is, mind you, like we still had to. I had to get all the equipment and stuff like that, and like basically learn how everything works.
Mm.
But it is something that I will say that like I am glad that I get to do it with my best friend, because there was a reason why I asked Mike to do it with me in the first place, just because I knew that our chemistry would go off so well onto this, because like I said, like I mentioned a little bit earlier on the podcast, like
we talk every day.
Yeah, we've talked to each other like this, like I said, like Mike said, like almost 15 years. So yeah. It's like this, like us just having a conversation with each other just like feels like another day to us. Yeah. So that's why I feel like it translates well onto the camera, because it's just like there's nothing really that's planned that much on the podcast. Yeah. So a lot of it is just like spitballing, and it's the first thing that comes to our mind. Yeah. Which is why a lot of the shit that Michael says is pretty wild.
It is pretty crazy.
But I am so happy that I get to do this, because it's something that, I've been wanting to do. Well, originally it was radio, but then, it transitioned into podcasting. And so this is something that I've been wanting to do since I want to say, since when I first started college, because that is originally what I wanted to get my degree for. Yeah. So I cannot wait, and also I love seeing all the traction that we've been getting recently.
Especially just even like the last video with like the rapper, you shouted out, like actually like liking the video, the reel, and sharing it.
So like getting that like type of confirmation is just super dope. Yeah. Because it gets me hyped up to like keep doing this. Mm-hmm. And like I said, real funny thing that I haven't mentioned on the podcast yet, but I'll put it out there, just because fuck it, because I am gonna be doing it. But when I do go back to that X3 Expo next month, I actually will be handing out podcast business cards out there.
That's fucking.
So I'm really excited to do that because I want to try to, even if they just literally get it and throw it away.
Yeah,
I just want to at least try to get the name.
We're gonna try to get sponsored, like the Twitter dildos. Like it's just
like. Wait, hey, listen. I wouldn't mind a fucking Adam and Eve.
Like fucking. He's like, you need your fucking pussy filled. You know, just get this shit.
Wait, would you say your dick stuffed or something?
I said dick inserted, but dick stuffed is crazy. He's like, you want to get your dick stuffed? You like, here's a sounding,
which is one of the. That's what wasn't that the first thing we talked about?
I wanted the first episode to be like an improv, like storytelling thing about like I think I still have it in my notes of like oh fuck, it was like a very creative title that involves to sound or not to sound.
Oh yeah, you fucking, you fucking said that. I think wait, what the fuck did I check right now? What the fuck did I title the first episode of the podcast? Because I'm pretty sure.
No, the first episode of the podcast is like start of a new,
the
beginning of a beautiful friendship. You did not title the first as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I think that was originally gonna be the plan.
Yeah, the original title of the first episode was gonna be to sound or not to sound, and I literally wanted the whole episode to.
Oh yeah, you did. You
talk about sounding
like the whole fucking time. What kind of podcast are you trying to turn this into?
Cause like it's fun. To talk about.
You heard it here first, man. Mike says sounding is fun.
Oh my god, I haven't done it, but like, and I don't want to, cause honestly, like that urethra like play, I don't fuck with. Like to insert like the.
It feels so fucking weird.
Like I know, like to insert it and like I was about to go into detail why people do it. But that was like one of the first topics like we started and we wanted to talk about. And through the journey's end, we could still keep talking about sounding, you know, and we'll, you know, hopefully next year we'll have a whole podcast about
and then should we give them a little like sneak peek? So the next episode, not only do you guys know, so like I said, this is gonna be the last episode most likely for the year.
So yeah.
So
crazy 2024.
Next year, since it's going to be January, we're obviously going to be reviewing the Chance album.
Yes, the big day.
Not only that, but since it's going to be our first...
Which is now aged really poorly.
For certain reasons. But since it is also going to be our first episode of the year, Mike had the brilliant idea of us taking shots that episode.
Yeah, so...
Even though we record like early in the morning / in the beginning of the afternoon.
Yes, and I think at first I wanted to do it for this episode, but financial reasons, I was not able to.
And also you're tired as fuck.
I'm tired as fuck, so if I took shots, I would literally be like knocked out like on the desk. So next episode, we're going to take some Don Julio shots and talk about the big day and maybe something else. I forgot. But like, yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And like, not only that, crazy year. And I hope if you are still sticking around to the end, Happy New Year to all.
So for those of you, we're actually recording this like before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So, to anybody that celebrates Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and also everybody, I hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year's. But before we get out of here, for the last time in 2024, let's give our final recommendation of the year.
Yeah, and I got 2 songs, and these songs go well together because of the sample they use, and those songs are "Throw Some D's" by Rich Boy. And you know what? Let me throw the remix in there, which has The Game and Andre 3000, which is a fucking awesome remix. But Throw Some D's, and then 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick Lamar, which samples the same sample that Throw Some D's uses. And both songs are amazing joints that I've been blasting recently. So, those are my recommendations for the end of the year.
So, my final recommendation of 2024 is actually going to be a rock single. And this was a song that I was actually introduced to when I was a kid, because I mentioned it a few times on the podcast, but when I was younger, I was a big well, actually I got back into it recently, but back then I was a really big WWE fan.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, a lot of the ways that they would create theme music for wrestlers back in the day is they have like a guy who's like a music coordinator or director, and he basically comes up with like an idea for a song, and then he would give that idea to like an actual band for them to perform the actual song. And so one of the songs that a band performed for a certain wrestler that goes by the name of Kane is Finger 11 with their freaking amazing ass song Slow Chemical. That song to me, like I said, I got introduced to it really early, and since back in the days, a lot of the wrestling video games, like the soundtracks were very like rock inspired. That's why like the first genre of music that I ever got into was rock music, was mainly because of those video games. But that is a song that to this day still fucking slaps, and is one of my favorite rock songs of all time, and that is by Finger 11, and it's called Slow Chemical. But that's gonna be my final recommendation of the year. And again, like I said, happy holidays. Happy holidays to all of you guys, and be safe.
And like, comment, subscribe, listen to us on Spotify and Apple, and we will come in in the new year strong. And for those who do listen, whether to the reels or the clips or the actual videos or even the TikToks, hope y'all have a great, not only rest of the 2024, but a great 2025. We really thank you to, even if it's just like you.
Yeah, even if you've only listened to us once.
Like 2 seconds. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you guys next year, but peace.
Peace.